We use a lot of air.
Well, hello. I'm Hakan. I'm the head of educational programs here at the IIE. And I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to explain what our program is about. We have a full 2-year master's program that takes you through all the way to a degree. It has, in many ways, a unique setup. It's unique in a sense in 2 ways. The first is that we combine a distance part with an on-site part. And the distance part you read part-time for the first year. The second year is an intense year, and here we actually put in 3 semesters into 1 year, allowing you to only take 1 year off from your work and still get your 2-year master degree. So let's have a look how our program works out. Now, the first semester is the distance semester. And the distance semester has the fundamental function of the program to provide the basics in a number of the core areas of the program. And these basics are, first we start with our environmental course. The environmental issues, what are they, what problems do we have to deal with? This is what you would call the green parts of environmental issues. And this is essentially the only green block that you'll find in our master's program. We then move on and look at business fundamentals. How do companies work? What are the core parts of a company? After that, principles of technical systems. Technology is core in our society, and you really must be able to deal with technology at some level. Technology is not strange or difficult. Technology is something actually pretty fun, and we want to show that to you. Finally, economics and consumption. Economics, essential to understand the basics beyond how we build our societies, and consumption as a big issue now arising. This is the distance part, and you do this over a period of 10 months online, and there you collaborate with people all over the world. After that, in August, you come back to Lund. You come to Lund for the first time in August. We will welcome you and show you some parts of, some nice parts here of Skåne, of Sweden. And we will throw you into the core courses. We have a short introductory course giving the overall perspective of what we're up to. After that, we have a course that is dedicated to assessment. How to measure, how to monitor what we're doing. We will take 2 fundamental perspectives in this course. One will be LCA perspective, the life cycle, how we can monitor how good products are. The other part will be an economic perspective. We look at economic evaluation and look at cost-benefit analysis. After this assessment course, we come into the 2 core areas of our program. And the first one of this is the industry perspective. And here we will build on the fundamentals we discussed at the distance, and we will come back here and have an industry course. We'll do industry visits. We will look at the industrial issues from a number of different perspectives. The operational environmental manager, how to improve technology, how to work with products, and more of a company strategic perspective, how to brand. After that, we have an applied course, which we refer to as the reference company exercise. You will be working at reference companies, seeing how this works in practice. Finally, for the second semester, we move into the second of our main topics, and that's the policy part. So this is the first part of the policy course, called PAS here in our system. And you will here look at economic instruments, and you'll have a general introduction to environmental policy and law. So that's the fall. In the spring, You will continue the policy course and you look more into a couple of our core areas related to product policy and energy policy. After this, the program then moves on into a more individualized fashion, and you'll do a fairly large research paper that's within the Rs course. This research paper allows you to explore a particular area of your interest, and it's also so that this paper then also precedes the big research, the master thesis. So you'll also be practicing on the methods, how to do it. After this paper, we move on to the SED course, Strategic Environmental Development. This is something we think is crucial. Here we take a real life case. You get a task from a client out there somewhere. It could be a company, it could be a governmental organization, a city. They will have something that's challenging them. A group of students, you go out there, you try to understand what their problem is, and you propose ways to go forward for them. After this, you come back to Lund, you do your final preparations for the thesis, all of this within the Applied Research Methods course. And somewhere in mid-May, you move on from the spring semester into the thesis semester. Your thesis project is something that you do individually. Many of our students choose to do this in connection with organizations out there, and that's a very wise way to do it. It's something, you don't get something that's really needed and asked for. You can also, many also choose to do this at home or somewhere else in the world. The thesis period is then concluded by all the students coming back to Lund and gathering for an examination and graduation week. Here all the thesis projects and the learnings from those are put forward, discussed. We scrutinize those, the final gradings, and after that graduation with flags and ceremonies and a happy ending. And from there on, the whole life lies ahead of you with an interesting work life to move into.